Good morning. This is Edna J. White, and it is Motivation Monday. And I just wanted to, of course, I thought of something real quick, and I wasn't thinking about getting dressed so fast, but here I am this morning talking to you about grace and ease and how fast your emotions and just difficult places can switch or change. And it happened for me this past week. I had a very tumultuous week emotionally. And we know that most of us who are in trauma or have had trauma in our lives go through these days ups and downs. And I hadn't experienced anything like this for a very long time. I would say I was in my 20s or maybe 30s, around that time, about 20s, 25 to 30, had I experienced, an emotional, wouldn't say it was a breakdown, but emotional feeling. And I was listening to one of my clients very deeply, and I think I was going through something of my own, so I really didn't realize. But as I listened to them, I heard me. And of course, that sunk to the very bellows, the very corners of my heart, and I began to feel emotional. But during the consult, I got almost there, and I kind of withdrew myself and kind of put myself together. But later on, as I was thinking about it and going through it, it wasn't about the client themselves. It was about that very connection of pain that I felt, that I had dealt with, but I did not. And I say that because the heart is a mysterious place. The body itself is mysterious. And although that we're survivors of trauma, we're thrivers, but we're recovering. And recovering means that you gain back or you get back what the devil has stolen. So in order to get back what the devil has stolen, you have to first recognize what the devil has stolen. And those are the shifts that we go through. And I would ask each and every one of us, stop saying things or repeating things that other people say and then apply them to your life. Like when I was going through this emotional feeling, which I did call it that, I thought about people saying, I'm having an emotional breakdown. I don't understand the word breakdown, and I don't, with emotions, people feel that we shouldn't have emotions. We shouldn't cry. We shouldn't get upset. We shouldn't get angry. Then why did God give us these emotions? Why does this body express those emotions? I don't understand. By saying that, I mean a lot of things that we put on ourselves, or a lot of things that we experience or say or have heard, we apply to our lives, and they're not for us. We begin to speak like those things. We begin to, repeat what other people have said to us because that seems like the right thing to say or the right thing to do. When I was going through this emotional feeling, I went with it. And yes, it took me hours to get myself together, but I did not express myself reactionary. I responded. So what did I do? I spoke to only people that I knew that would uplift me and that would help me get a resolve and a solution. Help me bring me back, back around, because that's how we get in a rut. We get in a rut because we ask the wrong people to empower us when they don't even empower themselves, when they don't even love themselves. Yes, there are people that we do have as friends, family members, that have the right words to say, but don't apply it to their own lives. Do you understand? That's not good either. I speak to people, I am around people, and I respond to people who actually are either thriving, recovering, or in the place that they can answer me, and I know that they're applying to their lives. We have to do that also in everything that we do. We have to do that. We have to be around those people. You know, I often talk about, church, and that's where grace and ease, the topic of today, how fast everything can shift, how fast that you can experience a dark time and an uneasy time, a low point, how fast it can happen. And that's why grace is there. But grace is not something that you've earned, and I know with most of us, we either think that we earn it or that it's just there. But you know what grace is? Grace to me is usually coupled with a few things. Grace to me is knowing that it's available to you, but knowing you can use it and knowing who to use it with. That's grace. Grace is just not the opportunity to use, that, I guess, that power, as it were, because I really don't understand how, people confuse grace and mercy, because mercy is just something offered every day to all of us, to any of us. Grace is the actual use of mercy with skills and understanding. That's what grace is. So can I use it? I can take that mercy. Now, how can I take that mercy and use it to actually turn it around and find a solution? That's what grace is. It's not something that we are la la la, but I talk about today grace and ease. How to find that mercy and just change it around, turn it around when you have that low point. And yes, it may be embarrassing, but you can turn it around and learn something from it. There's going to be low points in our lives, all of us. Every day is not going to be great, emotional wise, but it is going to be great to live and experience it, and to know I can experience this and still have a great life. I can experience this and don't have to worry about putting it off on someone else. I can experience this and have the skill and the wisdom to impart solutions in my life. I can do that. And that's why God gave us all this wonderful information, the intuition, the inner man, the preacher inside of us, our mind, our hearts. He gave us all those things to work together, to expedite wisdom, to understand it. Yes, sometimes we do react in our emotions, and we don't take those things and put them together, and we ignore the real solution, and we make a choice that shouldn't be made. But then we do still have the opportunity to turn that bad choice into a lesson and turn it around to make it right. We have that opportunity. We look to God for all things. We look to Him. Give me the answer. Give me the answer. Well, I'm the answer. I have the answer, and I can give the answer. God is and has availed all these things to us, but we take the easy route, and we don't want to exercise our brain, exercise our intuition, exercise our spirit straight to Him. We don't want to do that. We don't want to find the answer. We want it to make it easy. But grace and ease It's so very easy when you go through those low times and you make it a lesson and you use those things that God has already given you. And if you still cannot pull yourself out, go to a safe person, go to a trustworthy person, go to a person of integrity that can actually help you figure out the solution. Thank you for watching. This lesson's Grace and Ease, how fast you can shift. Talk with you soon.